Howdy folks, Jambareeqi here. This might sound strange, but I actually feel more nostalgic about the 2005 Willy Wonka film than the 1971 version. Why? Well, when I was a young teenager, I was madly and insanely obsessed with Tim Burton's films. I watched them every single day, I researched everything about them and studied them inside out. I'm surprised I didn't start a Tim Burton film cult. Now that I'm older, I'm much less crazy about his work, and I've not watched his filmography beyond Sweeney Todd. So what do I think of his adaptation of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory now that my head is out of Burton Land's clouds? Charlie Bucket lives in poverty with his mum, dad and bedridden grandparents. One day the mysterious candymaker Willy Wonka offers the public the chance to visit his magical chocolate factory, which interests Charlie. However, there's a catch. Only people who can find 5 golden tickets in his candy bars can enter the factory. Most ticket winners turn out to be spoiled little brats, but a miracle happens. Poor little Charlie ends up finding a golden ticket and gets the chance to go inside the amazing Wonka factory. As the winners journey through the factory, each overpampered child gets into some kind of accident, and Wonka's little employees, known as the Oompa Loompas, sing about their misdeeds and bad habits. Will Charlie end up being the last one standing, or will he get into some kind of calamity too? To be honest, I feel like the build-up to meeting Willy Wonka and his factory is very rushed in this film. We don't get to feel that global hype about the golden ticket. Sure, we cut to a couple of shops selling Wonka bars like fast, but that's about it. The film is more interested in announcing each of the winners, as if it's obligated to do so. Like, yeah, they won, right, okay, let's move into the factory. That's what I'm excited about. Okay, let's go. A lot of people can't stand this version of Willy Wonka. Personally, I don't find him to be too annoying. He made me laugh quite a few times, there's something entertainingly creepy about him, and his childlike personality totally explains the nonsensical logic behind his weird factory. Now, we do get to learn a lot about him, from his relationship with his father to how he got into candy. And while all this information definitely makes him a more detailed, rounded and relatable character, it also takes away that mystery and ambiguity about him, which makes the film kind of less magical and whimsical. I just feel like the decision to make him more human and grounded in reality takes away that fantastical wonder behind the factory. While I will admit that Wonka's lack of whimsy takes a little bite out of the fantasy and magic of the factory, I still like the factory a lot. It's grand, expansive, and feels like another world. You definitely get the impression that you're leaving human reality and coming to this strange, weird place. At the same time, you can see Willy Wonka's personality seeping through every part of it. I just wish that Wonka himself was just as alien as the factory to make it even more exciting and magical. I love the music and songs for this film, I really do. I would say that they're my favourite aspect of the film. I love how Danny Elfman's original score manages to reflect the enchanting magic and grand size of the factory. And while the film doesn't do a very good job building up to the factory, Elfman sometimes places a little mystery and enchantment into the beginning of the film. At the same time, I do love how it captures the Oompa Loompa culture by making these tribal rhythms whenever they appear or whenever we go through the factory. I like that a lot. I know a lot of people are very about the songs this film, but I really love them. I really like how you feel like they're building up and you're like, oh, here they come, here comes another song. Oh, and it starts going, you're like, it's so cool. I love that. I also like how each song has their own style, rhythm, genre, and influences from different periods. That is so awesome. It gives the songs their own identities. I also think it's fantastic how they managed to take Roald Dahl's lyrics and make them their own, progressing them and playing around with them, making each line have their own unique personality, delivering them in different ways and having fun with them. That is just so cool, and that's what makes the songs so entertaining to listen to. They're not same all the way through, they're not same as each other, there's just something different about each one, and yeah, I just really like them. The only thing that bothers me is that the characters address the Oompa Loompa songs by arguing whether they're rehearsed or not. Do the filmmakers really think that audiences can't think for themselves? Can audiences not make their own speculations about whether the Oompa Loompas planned their songs or perform them on the spot? Do you really have such little faith in their movie reading abilities? This makes the film very patronising to me.
Mr. Wonka?
Huh?
Why would Augustus's name already be in the Oompa Loompa song? Unless
Improvisation is a parlor trick. Anyone can do it. You, little girl, say something. Anything.
Chewing gum.
Chewing gum is really gross. Chewing gum I hate the most. See? Exactly the same.
No, it isn't.
You really shouldn't mumble, because I can't understand a word you're saying.
I have mixed feelings about the children in this movie. Charlie Bucket himself is so boring. He's way too perfect and sickly sweet. He doesn't have any flaws like a real child. He doesn't get whiny, mardy, or hyperactive. Even the nicest of kids have demands, wants, and needs sometimes. Charlie is so dull that he ends up becoming invisible to me half the time. Then there's the naughty children. My TV totally feels like some kids from this day and age, spoiled by the convenience of evolving technology and the age of the internet. Seeing where modern culture is heading, I feel like this character will still be relevant in the future. Veruca Salt, however, isn't unlikable enough. She's too quiet and restrained. She's meant to be loud and obnoxious. Burton seems to be holding back actress Julia Winter. Watching her comeuppance isn't satisfying enough because I didn't grow to hate her enough. Augustus Gloop does get a chance to be mean, greedy, and repulsive in the small time he's on screen. I did actually enjoy his comeuppance because of this. Viola Beauregard is a little annoying, but I wasn't that bothered about what happened to her, because much like Veruca, I didn't grow to hate her enough. She just wasn't that obnoxious to me. This is not a comparison video, it's a review. If you want to see a comparison of both films, go and check out Nostalgia Critic's comparison video of both of these films, okay? I'm not going to spend too much time answering this question, but I know it's something you'll want to ask, especially those who saw my review of this film. I like some things about this movie, I like some things about this movie. I don't like some things about this movie, I don't like some things about this movie. So I kind of like them the same. But if I had a gun to my head and had to decide, I would go with this one, because I feel like Gene Wilder's performance definitely makes up for all the things I don't like about it. He's that fantastical, enchanting, magical, ambiguous, and mysterious. To conclude, I think that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is okay. It's fine. It is what it is. It's got slick production values, it's colourful and pretty to look at, it can be quite funny sometimes, and I really like the music and songs. But because the film likes to explain everything, detail everything, spell everything out to the audience, a lot of ambiguity and mystery feels missing from the fantasy, which makes it a little less interesting and magical. Yes, there's such a thing as under-explaining stuff in a fantasy film, but there's also such a thing as over-explaining stuff in a fantasy film. Both can affect the film badly. Big time. I've been Jambareeqi and I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, I encourage you to like, subscribe and share. I'd also really appreciate it if you could support me on my Patreon. In the next episode of Jambareeqi Extra, I'm going to review Princess and the Frog, so if you have any ideas for what kind of questions I can ask myself about this film, then go ahead and suggest them in the comment section below. Cheerio, folks.